Hello everyone, MarshW13 with another hotel review, and this week we are on the famed Las Vegas Strip at the Four Seasons Hotel, which is part of the Mandalay Bay complex. We're in a suite on the 38th floor. I just arrived, haven't had a chance to really explore the room, so let's explore it together. So here we are looking back towards where we were just standing in the entryway. And again, this is a suite on the 38th floor. It's room 38113 to be exact. And in this entryway, you have a typical sort of old-fashioned Las Vegas suite decor with a bit of a modern touch. Just exquisite furnishings and art. And just to the left as you walk in the room is, I suppose, a little mini closet, maybe a coat closet of sorts. It has 5 hangers. And there's also a little powder room or half bath, guest bath. Again, just exquisitely, beautifully appointed with art and bath products from L'Occitane en Provence, the Amande, which is the almond scented products. Beautiful fixtures, and of course, the toilet. And we pass through this archway into what is essentially the living room half of this one-bedroom suite. The bedroom itself is through this little doorway here, but for the moment, let us feast our eyes on this gigantic flat screen TV, which may not be as much of a draw these days or an essential part of a luxury hotel experience, but nonetheless, this may be the nicest TV I've ever encountered on the Las Vegas Strip. And in this well-lit desk area, we have 2 chairs, kind of an office-style swizzle chair with no armrests, and then a kind of a more traditional fixed chair with quite a bit more padding. Clearly, if you were doing business, you were made to sit in this chair here, and there are drawers and a telephone, which I'm sure no one uses these days. And some nice artwork, very well lit, and they do provide you what many hotels don't these days, which is a little bit of stationery and a Four Seasons, presumably Four Seasons branded pin. And then you have these drawers here. Looks like I'm not terribly surprised from what I've seen thus far to find stationery and envelopes. Now they do provide you with a complimentary bottled water upon check-in, and there are other bottles just like this one interspersed throughout the room. And I did elect to give the porter my suitcase when I arrived, and about 5 minutes after I checked in and entered my room, the bag showed up at my door. So it is absolutely impeccable service thus far at this hotel. And in this suite, I will tell you, there is plenty of storage space, and that starts here. There are 6 drawers here, every single one of them empty, relatively deep, no space taken up by wiring or the ice bucket or a safe or a minibar. But if you are a minibar person, fret not, because there is a nice assortment here of snacks, along with what appears to be a very, very high quality espresso machine, Nespresso I suppose, that comes with plenty of little Nespresso pods. There is portable phone charger, not sure how much that costs, and a very uniquely shaped but again extremely high quality ice bucket, which I'm told they fill for you as part of the turn down service daily at around 5 p.m. And indeed, there is a mini fridge, some more storage space, but a mini fridge. And I guess we can open this briefly. There's a typical, appears to be relatively typical selection of soft drinks and beers, wine, and spirits. And it looks like there is something I haven't seen, frankly, in a mini bar as of late, which is sunscreen. And it is refrigerated, which I guess makes sense. Now, this hotel has been open for, I'm told, over 20 years, and I'm sure it's seen at least one renovation in that time. But most hotels I've encountered on the Las Vegas Strip start showing some wear and tear or lack of maintenance. But just look at how immaculate everything in this room appears. This, of course, is the main sitting area in the living room. Frankly, you feel at home if your home were a luxury penthouse. And let's look at the quality of these furnishings. Wood, brass, leather. And when I walked in, I was greeted with this scene. A glass bottle of Italian water, Acqua Panna, with a handwritten note from, I believe, the general manager of the hotel welcoming me home. And look at this. Look at what is awaiting us underneath this very heavy glass dome. We have an assortment of snacks, fresh snacks, grapes, what looks like maybe brie, some herbed water crackers, and looks like maybe some fig jam. And look at this. We have a plain strawberry, what looks like a maybe gold encrusted chocolate strawberry, and perhaps a white chocolate encrusted strawberry. They actually were quite persistent in both emailing and texting me this week to learn my precise arrival time, and I wasn't sure why that was important until I walked in and was greeted with this. Clearly, they timed the placement of this to coincide with my anticipated arrival. All right, let's say we check out the view, and it is a uniquely majestic one. I've stayed at so many hotels in the Las Vegas Strip, and I've had some incredible views, but nothing quite like this. A view straight down Las Vegas Boulevard from the 38th floor here. You can see the entire Strip, given that we are essentially at one end of the Strip. Staring straight down past the Excalibur on the left, the New York, and the Cosmopolitan. And then on the right, you have the Tropicana, the MGM Grand, the Paris, the Link, including the famous Link high roller wheel, Planet Hollywood, and you can even see the Palazzo and Wynn and Resorts World standing tall above the buildings in the foreground. And being an aviation buff myself, what's also cool here is an unimpeded view of operations at Harry Reid, formerly known as McCarran International Airport. And it looks like one of the helicopter companies, perhaps Maverick, is coming in for a touchdown. And you also see a number of private jets and a view of, I think that may be runway 27 left and right, I'm not sure. But This is a runway on which I've observed several aircraft landing here in the last couple of minutes. And I should note that there's also, if you look on the right side of the frame, a 747, and then right in the center, well, now it's right in the center, are two 737 jets that appear to be painted in the Janet livery. That is the mysterious private government contractor airline that shuttles employees from this airport to Area 51 and back on a daily basis. All right, next up is the bedroom, and we'll start with the bed. I think the bed pretty much speaks for itself. Just imagine the precision and care, and not to mention the quality of the bedding required to provide something that looks like this. And if I press down on the mattress, it's clearly a pillow toppy kind of an experience. You can see my hand leaves an impression, so I imagine that the pillow top part of this mattress and bedding extends several inches down, and I'm sure it will be a very luxurious experience. And you have this little old-fashioned mini seat here at the foot of the bed. There's something about the decor, the lamp itself, which is showing a little bit of wear and tear here on the shade, but the quality of the furnishings and the fixtures, and check out the pattern on the wall and this very unique window pane effect with the framed mirror here that just screams quality from my perspective. And you have this beautifully appointed sitting area adjoining the window with a selection of reading materials and an ottoman here. Floor lamp. And of course another huge television set here in the bedroom with 6 more drawers for your storage needs. And through here, on our way to the master bath, we have a couple of closets actually. Here's the first one. This is the only one I'm using since I'm here by myself. And it's got at least 10 wooden hangers and these thicker cloth ones, an additional pillow, and just plenty of room, nothing taken up by an ironing board or safe. So if you need to store shoes, bags, more luggage, you have this closet. You had the coat closet on the left when we entered the room, right next to the guest bath. And you have a whole nother closet with another little fold-out stand for your luggage, more bedding, same number and type of hangers. And you also have what looks like a dryer, more bottled water in this little closet. There is a safe, which I would need to move my luggage out a bit in order to be able to access that, but it looks like a pretty typical one that goes fairly far back, so that should accommodate relatively large laptops and any number of valuables. Some cloth bags for laundry and shoes, and what I'm sure are probably Four Seasons branded slippers, and more storage space, it appears. And then all that's left is the master bath here. And honestly, this is perhaps the least impressive part of the room. Not that it's not beautiful and immaculately appointed like everything else, but it just doesn't necessarily stand out as other parts of the room do. Again, we have the Almond bath products from L'Occitane, some personal care items, and there is also a television in the mirror, which is something you'll find at a few hotels. It is kind of an older Las Vegas kind of gimmick-y sort of thing, but it's still a decent touch. It's kind of a why not sort of thing. Now, what's surprising to me is this shower, which perhaps, I'm not sure if this is a special room with special accessibility features. You can see it's surrounded with things, bars to grab onto, and you could sort of roll something into this shower. I'm not sure how that affects the drainage because I haven't taken a shower here yet, but nothing particularly special here. If you dropped me in the middle of this shower with this curtain closed and told me that I was in a, Homewood Suites or something like that, I wouldn't be terribly shocked. If I'm being honest, if there's something missing from this bathroom and from this room in general, of course it's got everything else. It's got scale here, it's got these upscale looking shelves that put you right in the middle of a spa. It's the lack of a bathtub. There are suites in the Bellagio, for instance, that are perhaps less luxurious than this, but that have 2 bathtubs, a shower, and a sauna. And this one has none of those things. It has sort of a hastily, it seems, designed half shower, but nothing else, which is interesting. So what's the overall verdict? Well, I would say that if you value service over maybe convenience of location, and in particular, if you enjoyed the services and personal touch that were often available in pre-COVID hotels and that are vanishing, things like room service with genuine china, things like turn-down service, and even this incredible culinary welcome gift, then I think that undoubtedly this room would be for you. And I highly recommend the Four Seasons. Of course, it's not a casino hotel, but it is part of the Mandalay Bay complex. The downside, of course, location-wise, is the fact that you're sort of sequestered here on one end of the strip. But, as you can see, there are tram tracks, trams running every couple of minutes that take you all the way to the Excalibur, which is just a skywalk away from the New York and the Park MGM. So, I guess that completes our review. Until next time, safe and healthy travels. Marsh W13 out.